officially opening the first formal meeting of PPEU board in this legislative period, or in this election term. And if you don't mind, I would like to chair the meeting. Now we have, as usual, the same problem as always. Is there anyone who would be willing to volunteer as a secretary?
I can, actually.
That would be great. So you are from this point responsible as a minute taker. And also I would like to ask you to ensure that the minutes will be published on the wiki in the respective link. After the meeting.
Yeah, the only thing that if maybe I'm not, maybe I don't have anything to say, but if I have to speak, I cannot write and speak. So when I speak, if anybody of you can just write, or I can do actually later. It's not a problem.
No problems. I will assist.
Thank you, Oliver.
Thank you very much. The recording is currently running on the YouTube, so we can just link here the link. Currently, we are all present here, except of Honza, who should be coming soonish. And thanks. Yeah. If there are guests, please type your names on the lines 39 plus in the pad. I will maybe share the pad also in the or it actually happened. Yeah, the pad is here. I will also share the pad in the Mattermost. Okay, we have had proposed some agenda for the meeting. As I see, it's on the line 48 plus. Are there any comments, suggestions, or proposals regarding the agenda as it is proposed?
Yeah, I would like to change the agenda a little bit. So I'm gonna propose. I'll put it here in the chat. Just to be sure to finish off the most pressing matters.
Yes, I see it. I think it is actually better than the generic proposal we have had from the invitation letter. I would just, if you don't mind, at one point, maybe at the beginning or somewhere else, we have this Code of Conduct Council election, and that means that was closed like a few minutes ago, and we should evaluate the results. So I would evaluation of the results for the sake of accountability add to the list.
Do you want me to do that? Like put it in the pads?
Yes, I would maybe use your proposal if the others do not object it. I would just add this particular point to the
of the elections. Absolutely.
Yeah, election of the council.
Is there any objections to this change of the agenda?
Not for me. I have just a question. Reports from the board. Actually, do we have something to report except the COCC elections?
I think there is officially not much to report because we have so far officially not existed or did no work. So maybe it makes sense to delete this point.
Reason. Oh, am I not muted? Oops. Sorry.
Chair. May I have the floor?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I added this thing with the election code of conduct council already in point 3. And another point is amended the adoption of the previous rules of procedure. So I don't think that it's in the proposal for changes of the agenda. So would you strike it out or what?
I'm sorry, I'm just looking on the proposed agenda. Or no, I lost it. So there is this proposal. What would you add over there?
We need 2 points: adoption of the previous rules of procedure, or not, maybe, and then the results of the written rules of election of Code of Conduct Council.
Yes, the second one was proposed by me, and now it is on the line 51.
Yeah, but it's already in the agenda.
Yeah, that should be.
Yeah, but not 51. It's in the agenda as 83.
83.
There we have we have no content. We have the agenda itself. First 2, 1, 3, 4, 5. We can.
I see. Well, I would probably first agree on the agenda, and then when we have agreed on the agenda, I would structure the respective paragraphs in the minutes.
Yeah, but it's already structured.
Well, but of course, but I guess that
Yeah.
could be a subject of changes, because the board members are, of course, like encouraged to provide their inputs. So that's what we are doing currently.
So guys, I didn't get it. Is the agenda at line 58, 50, sorry, 50, from 50 to 58 the right one?
Well, I would first go for approval of this agenda, and then it will be the right one. Or we can approve another one, but I would first like approve the agenda and then follow it.
Yes, in this case, I suggest that we have another point of the agenda as written down, adoption of the previous rules of procedure.
Okay, I think we can. And do we really need the 0.6 reports of the board?
Not really. It's in the template.
Yep. So I would strike it out and add point rules of procedure. Is it fine for you?
Is the rules of procedure then to decide on the frame that we're going to work within on board meetings? Is that what you're, just to clarify for me? Thank you.
That's my understanding, isn't it, Bastian?
We have the rules procedure in the wiki, and this is just the Formulation Act that we have to adopt it for this board. Right, and I can give you the link to the rules of procedure because it's in wiki language here, in wiki coding, so it's not so easy to find with that. Give me a second.
Well, maybe we should have or like it's also a question as usual whether we want to have formal rules of procedure, but if so, then probably it should be somewhere in the beginning of the agenda. Does it make sense?
Yes, but actually, I still didn't understand. Probably it's the same question that Katla asked before. I didn't understand what kind of rules of procedure are we talking about.
Are we talking about the rules of procedure? You ruled which rules the last board. It's the same, but we have to adopt it for a new board because it's rules of procedure from board to board time.
I guess that's reasonable request. The only thing is I'm not sure whether it was already intact for the last election term.
Yes. you at the beginning of the last board, you decided so.
Did we?
Yes.
To be honest, I'm a bit surprised about the fact, but like
Neither I do, but actually, if it's in the wiki, probably somebody put it there. Don't look at me because I didn't even remember. It's like an Italian prime minister. They say, really, I didn't remember.
yep. Okay, so we could go for the office of Italian prime minister, but just for the sake of being fast, let's add the point rules of procedure of the board to the agenda, and we can go to that. I think, yeah, it can be as 0.6. That's very fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't make it too complicated. What we have further on, we have to decide the distribution of roles and organization of work, and we have a spreadsheet for that. Normally, I have it in the minutes, maybe later, and there are some points are referring to the rules of procedure. If you have none, you cannot refer to the rules. You understand?
Mhm. Okay, so at the end of the day, we have a proposal of an agenda that is currently on the lines for this 6+. And if there are no other like proposals or amendments to that agenda, we could vote on that proposed agenda on the lines 57+. I see no hands risen, so maybe you can go straight to the voting.
Flori, Onza, Mia, and Lukas are missing. Cast your vote.
I was supposed to. Yeah.
Should I cast the vote in the chat or how?
Usually we do it via typing into the pad with minutes.
Okay.
If you cannot access the pad, you can just say yes, no, abstain, and I will.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I see at least 6 times yes, and so far no abstentions. So the result is more or less clear. For the others who had not yet casted, you can do it. And meanwhile, we can move forward to the first point, which is the announcement of the results. I would not like to ask you for the announcement of the results. Yep. For the help with calculation, I have kind of like counted all the votes I found in my mailbox, which came to the email board@europeanpirateparty.eu. So there is this ethercalc document which I linked you to the minutes, and I will share it also here in the Jitsi. Please go into and help me to check what are this whether the votes casted are fine.
A vote from the Swedish party arrived to our mailbox just like, I don't know, 40 minutes ago or something. And I think they're missing in there.
Yeah, I confirm receiving that at 1920 of Central European time, so that's definitely a valid vote and should be recorded. I just did not because I had no time before
Yeah.
the meeting.
Absolutely.
Andres, Unar, Etienne, Marco. One vote for Andres, Unar, Etienne, Marco.
Can you, Flori, are you streaming, right?
Yes.
Can you share the result for our YouTubers?
For the result of what?
We are now, I think that we are now in the other,
Yes.
right? This COCC election, point 1, there is an ether calc there.
On the calc, okay, yes, I can.
Right, Nicholas?
Yes, I show it.
Thanks.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I see Pirate Party of Finland, Pirate Party of Catalonia, Pirate Party of Slovakia, Young Pirates of Europe, and MEPs that did not cast a vote. Is it correct, or had anyone received any email from those respective organizations?
Because I can confirm your counting. I have the same counting on my table or on my spreadsheet. And I'm just a question about the quorum. You have just 8 attended. Is the quorum correct?
Well, that's the tricky part, let's say. I would say we are still operating by means of the last council meeting. I mean, we are still somehow in the session. So whoever was present there is implicitly part of the quorum.
I agree with Mikuláš. The quorum already set up last council meeting. Not this for this special election. It's just an amendment, just
Just to say +1 on Nicholas and Alessandro there, I think this is definitely legal results.
To be honest, you closed the meeting. You did not postpone the meeting. We have an agreement that the member parties who are have voting power, voting later on with their voting power, and then we have a quorum which is defined by itself new. So I'm not sure that it's okay if we do not reach a quorum. Otherwise, we have to extend that written election. It's no problem, I think, if it's not not enough member parties. So we can extend that until the next meeting and have to remind the members that they have to leave their written votes on a mail.
I see your point. Well, this way, we are the board, we are not the council. So we cannot really say on behalf of the council what is the interpretation of the rules per se. That's something which does not, we are not here to interpret the rules. What we can do as the board is to acknowledge the people from who received particular numbers of votes as they are members of Code of Conduct Council. That's what we can do, and we can act as a board towards them, either as they are elected members or not. I was thinking about how to resolve this problem, because besides the question of quorum, there was this complaint from the Italian pirates regarding the affiliation in the wiki of one of the nominees, who could which was questioned. So I would take the step that we shall, as board, consider some people to be elected as the members of Code of Conduct Council. Does it make sense to you? Katla, please.
Alessandro raised his hand before me.
Yes, I think that I disagree, because actually I disagree with Bastian. It's not a question of interpretation. It stands out very clear that the meeting was closed, but the vote was postponed within a valid meeting, in a valid quorum. And I also disagree with you, Mikuláš, when you say that it's not something that we can decide as a board, because we are simply just taking out something already done. You closed that meeting, but during this meeting, it was clear to all the members that we are postponing the vote. So there is an act to be done into 2 weeks. You sent the email. We fulfill the obligation with the council meeting to send the emails with all the details, and the resolution is closed. Otherwise, if you're not sure and we have to ask to the council again, if it's like setting up another council meeting for this. I'm totally fine with this, but it's not what we agreed and what the council members decide. So I would rather prefer to do the opposite. I mean, we just go straight on what the last council meeting decide, and officially declare the vote to our council members. Then, if somebody just oppose, we, as a board, should take action to say, okay, let's say, I don't know, have another council meeting or whatever to get a complaint, but not vice versa. That's what I mean. And also you mentioned the letter from the Italian Party. That is actually the point 5. So if you want to speak this in point number 1, it's fine for me. But I think that we have another agenda.
Well, I raised that because it was an objection to the respective vote. So that's why I raised that.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I mean, I don't think that the objection is justifying to, let's say, justifying canceling of the vote. However, I think it should be resolved with the same place together with the vote.
Well, so forgive me, Katla, if I speak before you, but so the agenda is wrong, actually.
Can I speak? Is that happening? Okay. Anyways, yes, I agree with Alessandro on this. I think it was very clear on the council meeting what was decided to do with this election. Everybody agreed to it. Nobody objected to this procedure, like to cancel, to postpone the vote for 2 weeks. Or, well, okay, there were definitely some objections, but this is what the council decided to do. And we are simply doing what the council wanted us to do. And if there are any members of the council or the PPEU that want to object to these results because of forum or whatever, then they just must do so officially and on paper, and to send in the objection or the appeal of the vote, or something very formal and not just a discussion. I would like us to announce that these are the results of the vote.
Honestly, I would also announce the results. That I would prefer the form of announcement saying clearly board evaluated the received emails and concluded that those are the those should be the elected representatives. I would admit that there was an objection raised by party of Italy, which we consider not sufficient to make the vote invalid, and we noticed some concerns about the quorum. So we will report those concerns to the next council meeting. Yeah, there is a discussion in the chat ongoing. Whether we have 5 or 6 candidates, we have 6 of them. Would be the proposed solution acceptable for everyone? Can we kind of like put it to the voting and make a resolution on behalf of the board in this direction? Alessandro?
I didn't get the point. So the COCC after this resolution is elected and in place or not?
We as the board have, according to statutes, no right to decide on the rules on behalf of council. That's something which only council can decide. We can only declare what is our understanding of the result, and we can declare that we are respecting the elected people as elected members of COCC. However, whether they are not or they are is, I think, not in our powers to decide.
Honestly, I see a problem here. I mean, we just postponed an election, and now we cannot. We are not entitled to officially declare the results because we are the board. So that means that what has been done in the last council meeting basically was an invalid proposal itself, because if the board cannot announce a vote, but only the council meeting can declare a vote valid or not. So why the council meeting itself last month, November, just allow us to cast the votes and announce something? This is something crazy, in my opinion. Because if we just announce the result, but the conduct, we don't know if the code of conduct, the COCC, is in place or not. That means that it can operate or not. They postpone all the things that has been done while I wasn't there. It's something unbelievable, in my opinion.
May I?
I agree with you. Sorry.
May I?
Yep.
If you accept the written votes as in an excerpt of that council meeting, with the same logic, you can accept that the last chair of the council meeting has the right to announce the results. So it's not a decision by the board, it's a decision by the chair of the meeting, of the council meeting.
Can we accept this logic?
So that means that the chair of the meeting, of that council meeting, now allow us to just declare the vote, right?
You know, if that's the way that we have to go to just do what we were told to do by the council, then sure, let's do it.
Okay, my solution would be to accept the vote, as I consider the quorum to be transferred from the last meeting, from the council meeting, and I consider the objection of some of the Italian Pirate Party regarding their concerns of like wiki description of one of the candidates to be not invalidating the vote. So I would like to declare the vote as valid as it is, and I declare Marco Confalonieri, Arndis and Etienne to be elected members of Code of Conduct Council. And I would like to ask you to type down this declaration to the minutes.
Aye, aye, Capitan, just right now.
Congratulations to all of us.
And thank you very much for helping with resolving this deadlock. Yeah, we are sometimes making things more difficult than they are through Excel. That's true. Okay, I guess we can go to the second point, which are the distribution of roles and organization of the work. I see there is some. There are some things proposed. I had in mind a list of things that should happen, and I will now copy paste it to the minutes.
Yeah, there is a link to the spreadsheet.
There is a link to the spreadsheet. Sorry.
Yes, it's in line 78.
Ah, sorry. Okay.
I take it that the template from the first meeting of the last board and erase the things we have to decide new.
Yes.
Okay.
May I?
Yep, please.
Nicholas, you're going a little bit too fast. Alessandro is also asking in the chat, as far as I remember, the Code of Conduct Council was formed by 3 persons. We're putting now 4 persons elected in the minutes, and we should also see to announce it somehow to the members, not only fix it in the minutes here. Sorry for going back.
No problem. I think I mentioned explicitly only 3 members.
It was my fault, yeah.
If you look on the vote counts, it's 17, 16, 14, and the last has only 12, which, yeah, it's a pretty nice result, but still not sufficient. So now we are heading to have just those three elected.
That's great. I find that
announcement. I believe I should inform the members via email, and maybe we should have sort of like communication on the web page. Okay. So if there are no objections to this procedure, I think we can. Oh, sorry, Katla, you have hand risen.
No, sorry, what procedure specifically?
Okay. So then I would consider that point to be finished and go to the next one, which are the tasks in the of the board. I see there is a Google spreadsheet we can probably reuse, or that is prepared for that. And thank you, Bastian, for preparing it. So I will send it to the Jitsi chat for you to have it available, and please read it. Katla, you still have hand risen, or you hand raised it again?
I'm going through the document at the moment, but I just want to, like, once we start conversing over these things, I also have put down a few things that I think we should decide on today, but I will talk about it later. Yes.
I mean,
You can change it and you can mix up it and so on. I just took the old spreadsheet you produced for the last board for a new board, and the goals and the review are amended with nothing, and so you can all the items under secretary outreach, external secretary, press, public, blah blah blah, you can include in the other lines above, so it's no problem to amend that. It's just a tool that you can use for discussion and for decisions who is doing what.
I believe it makes sense. However, there were some more tasks that were required from us, so we will have to adapt it. First of all, just for me to understand, there is twice mentioned a secretary. That's probably a bit.
Yes, that was your idea from the last board, and I think you never had had a secretary, so it was a wish, I think.
Yeah, I see. I mean, like, from the practical point of view, we need someone who will be actually doing all the stuff that is on the in the Google Docs on the line 44 plus and on the line 57 plus. I have a question regarding the procedure, or how do you understand it? Because I would maybe consider to, let's say, have these people as some sort of like chairpersons for working groups, rather than doing necessarily all the stuff alone, and inviting volunteers to help them. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I put something in the chat there, Nicholas, about the mandates from the council meeting and how many groups we need to have, and like contact persons from the board to other working groups. So I guess we're on the same kind of page in thinking about that. When I'm looking at these areas of responsibility in line 44 and 57 and, the following. This looks like somebody, project manager kind of thing, but it should not, I think these, all of these should be split between two people because they're not all in the same area. And I might suggest that Flori and I will take some sort of role in that as vice chairs, but that's just up for discussion.
Well, we can split it as well. It's no problem if you think it's too much responsibility for us, one person.
That's not what I said.
Okay, that was my understanding that you prefer to have these two roles to be split.
Yes, but I didn't say because the responsibility was too much, you see.
I'm wondering, how do you understand the difference between outreach, external representation, and public public relations?
Are you addressing me, Nicholas?
Generally, the whole board. I mean, like there is a list of roles here, and I'm trying to understand what is the difference.
Well, taking into account what Kasia put in the chat, you can easily argument that press rule is journalismus, is press, while this outreach thing may be something like this grassroots fund we spoken about or something like this. So you can divide it.
So outreach is, well, there is mentioned first contact to DPP-EU from outside, working on awareness and strategy and visibility, strengthening common language. Doesn't sound really like talking to members.
Well, in fact, it's like Bastian said, this is, I think, the old Octavia sheet she made on the beginning of the last board. Obviously, we can adapt it to our needs, I think.
I think we will have to. I mean, what do you think about the following procedure? Let's first write down the roles we need to have, and then adapt the sheet. Does it make more sense? Alessandro?
Yes, actually, I think that it should be the other way around, not to have a first form, let's say, except for the formal roles that are actually very, very limited, even though I think that the chairperson can be involved, or even the vice chairpersons or the treasurers can be involved in any working groups. What I see from this task allocation is it seems to be like a company, structure, right? But I think that it doesn't work like this. I mean, except for some specific tasks that are demanded by our status to somebody, for instance, the chairpersons and the vice chairperson and the treasurer. Working group is something totally different, in my opinion. It is something based on what we as a board would like to, fulfill our mandate, in which way we would like to do our job. and it can be done in several ways. I'm not opposing this, but this should come after. I mean, I find pretty, let's say, weird to decide and to put people into boxes, right? Doesn't work like this, generally speaking. That's my opinion. So it makes more sense to discuss previously what has to be done, in our opinion, to move from the point we are now and the point we would like to be after 1 year, starting from now. For instance, and then adopt the working group accordingly. For instance, at the last council meeting, when I was presenting the budget, it was clear that the point of let me see, the treasurer is something here that is establish a budget. That's even not true, because actually it's the council that establishes a budget. The treasurer can only propose to the board or to the council. But what we saw is that the French pirates ask for a different way to participate and to create the budget that I honestly do approve and believe into, and also the IT staff and whatsoever. So I think that we should understand first what are our needs and what our council members ask us to do, and then react in another way, creating working groups where all of us, accordingly to our times, our possibilities, and our whatsoever, can just help on it.
Okay, Bastian, and then I would like to comment just the topic.
Yeah, first of all, the establishing a budget by the treasurer was an idea of the old board. Yeah, I would remember. We have two things. We have working groups that are working in a political way. We established the working groups, fortunately, prior to the European elections. So it makes sense to have those working groups working in a normal way, but they stopped their work. I don't know why, but I think one of our board members should be responsible to re-establish these political working groups. On the other hand, maybe you need working groups for the normal back office, we'll say. Back office, we have a lot of things to do normally, and I think we didn't so much the last year. So it makes sense to have assistants like the PPI. They have vice directors or whatever, vice board members who are responsible for something. Maybe we can establish such a system that we have named people who assist the chairpersons or the treasurer or whatever. Maybe it's for their motivation very good that they are named in a minute or in the overview, whatever. And then we have to fulfill our duties. The duties are to represent the association in the public and legally. And that's all I think. The rest we can adopt in further board meetings. We can collect proposals. The only way to do all this is you have a template, and then you see that's the need we have now, and then we amend it later on. Thank you.
Thank you. I think, yeah, Katla, I noticed you are asking for the word. I would just comment on that. I think that's something what I had in my mind. My idea was that we generally summarize a list of, let's say, working groups or directorates general or whatsoever, how would you call it, which will be each of them chaired by someone from the board. And effectively, the very first task will be go and organize a meeting of volunteers who are willing to participate in this respective branch of the organization, and discuss how to fulfill respective tasks that we dedicated to this respective working group, directorate general, or whatsoever, and report the results after the board meeting during the board meeting that happens in the January. This was my idea how to approach this, but please, Katla, speak.
Thank you, Nicholas. I just put into the chat window there. I rearranged like the things that are in the Google document. I rearranged them because I find them making more sense this way. So maybe you guys can just take a look. I think what we have to do right now is, first of all, yes, it's very good if we can delegate roles between the people here in the board, just so there's not too much on one person to do and to keep in mind on as well. And then I would like to appoint like a person, a contact person for each of these things that we have to get going after the council meeting. So I don't think this Google Doc is something that is holy, and we have to really, really follow religiously.
Yeah, can we maybe just go to the minutes and create a simple bullet point list of what roles are we willing to have, and then maybe add.
Within the board, then, do you mean?
I mean, like, what are the responsibilities within the board is clearly given by the statutes, and that's what we have to fulfill. But my idea was how to distribute the work that the organization shall do, and it's not described in the statutes. I mean, I will just copy paste into the suggestion share. Okay, I will add my idea because it's definitely another one. Okay, I see Katla's suggestion on the line 83. Then I added my suggestion on the line 97, and then there is this Google Docs on the line 78. Can everyone see it? I'm trying to follow you. Currently, that's why I'm not saying anything. And no one is.
I'm following. I'm trying to. Sorry, Katla. Please go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine, Alessandro. We're all very chill. I was just going to say, Nicholas, that I think we're on the same sort of page in thinking of these working groups that you are talking about. Definitely, I put my written thoughts below yours just to compare, you know. My suggestions there for the roles of board members is you know, more just like our responsibilities to ensure the workings of the board. So it's the different topics, but it's the same sort of book. Yes, that makes sense.
Okay, I would maybe have a comment. Like here, what you mentioned is privacy is not a crime. I think that's for sure a campaign we should run. On the other hand, I believe there should be something like a general like media communication working group that will kind of like evaluate this as one of its tasks.
That makes sense.
And like I would maybe when establishing that, I would maybe differentiate between, let's say, sub-organizations, however we would call it, and the tasks for these sub-organizations. So I would provide a list of sub-organizations which are this, let's say, I don't know, let's call it working group, if you are fine with that. And for working group media and communication, one of their tasks is support privacy is not crime campaign.
Yeah, that seems to be a good idea. Maybe we can we can make service groups and working groups. The service group is some technical in the back office, IT, whatever, and the working groups are political working groups. So everybody knows what they stand for.
Okay.
So can I not use the word working group for a group of people that work together? Just,
Yeah,
I'm just wondering.
Yeah, maybe it's a translation from the German saying.
I think so. I think it's a translation thing. I think we should not always take all words very literary, or literally, or anything like that. It's counterproductive.
Like European Parliament, European Commission, everyone around is using term Directorate General, which sounds really like cool.
Directory what?
Directorate General. It's DG.
It's great.
We can have it. We can have it as well. So our bureaucracy will be so cool as the European Union's one.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea for business card.
Yeah, I think if you say I'm head of DG communication in the European Pirate Party, it sounds almost so good as being a head of DG communication in the Commission, isn't it?
I don't know. You lost me. Sorry.
No, I have only one question. I agree on everything. Just I have some question about secretary, because chair, vice chair, and treasurer are clear, and secretary is not actually. And I wouldn't, to be honest, I don't know who would like to volunteer for the secretary position. But I would prefer there are at least two secretaries, because in my opinion, one secretary is too much for one. Vice chair. Great. Vice chair too. Great.
No, it's just a suggestion, Alessandro. Continue with what.
No, because actually I see a lot of not bureaucracy, but for I am pretty. Fine with this, but we did try to do our best, and for instance, this YouTube channel recordings are great. They're stored there, everybody can see. But just for updating the little thing that we have to keep updated, there are not only for political stuff, but on I'm talking about wiki and the website, updated with all the things that we are doing. It seems to be not so heavy, but at least if you have to do week by week, month by month, it is, because we're all volunteering here, and we do not have only the European Pirate Party, unfortunately, or fortunately, maybe.
Well, that was the reason why I was thinking about this working group administration or DG administration. That would actually not mean that it's just one person, but there should be one person who is responsible for making someone responsible for doing that stuff. Because definitely you can't do it alone. However, someone should check whether it's happening, and if it's not happening, then find another volunteer to do so. I see hand risen from Katla still. I think it's forgotten, and then from Bastian.
No, it wasn't forgotten. It was just I wanted to say to Alessandro, because he was talking about the, like, I don't know. I'm used to sitting in boards where secretary is actually appointed or elected, as well as a chair and treasurer, and usually secretary serves as a vice chair in many of the boards that I've been in. So I'm just wondering, like, we have 2 vice chairs, and if it would be normal procedure to, or like just if it would be advisable to put some of those responsibilities on the 2 vice chairs in the board. But I also understand Alessandro's point with there should be 2 secretaries. Anyways, yeah. That was all.
Bastian?
Yeah, maybe I can tell you something of the real world. Wiki and web. Wiki is a mostly technical thing. It's not a PR thing. So we're doing daily wiki work. If there's somebody puts something in, hopefully in the right coding, then it's okay. Normally it's not okay with coding, and as a Merlin, I correct its coding. That's my daily work. Even the daily work is to go to see what's happening on our website, to maintain it, and so on and so on and so on. The other thing is the content. That's a PR thing. We need content for our website. We are very, very pleased that the European members give us some contents via their secretaries or by themselves, I don't know. And so we have nearly daily new content on our website, which is spread into the world. So you have to decide who is doing what. The first was a technical thing. It's normally a duty from the tech group. And the other thing is the content. It's normally work from the PR. Who is responsible for the PR? I don't know. Maybe a vice chair, maybe the chair. That we have to decide. Or board of member of the board. I don't know. But somebody should be responsible for PR. Thank you.
Just to clarify the proposal, the reason why I'm proposing this working group, media and communication, is that exactly we need someone to provide the content or actually coordinate content creation, which is distinctive role from this what I've called administration, which was exactly this secretary type of work. That would include ensure that everything what is happening in the board meetings is being recorded in the wiki and so on. And when you have talked about the tech group, of course, I think there should be a third role for someone who is responsible for, like, the Mattermost is running, Wiki is running, web page is running, and so on. That's what I call IT, but we can call it also technical group. And yeah, I think we are not we are really on the same page. I mean, like Katla was mentioning that this role of secretary is something which could be done by the vice chairs. I believe, yeah, definitely it can be done. I was not sure whether you will be interested in. However, if you would be interested in, then it would be it would be great. So I mean, like, from the process point of view, we are having here something like working groups. Then we are having tasks of the working groups, and then we are having people who are responsible for the working groups. So
sorry.
Yeah.
All this is that for, I think the working groups themselves, the people have to set their own tasks and goals. But we just need to have like a contact point person within the board that is there to help them and guide them and answer questions for them. But I really don't think we should be micromanaging too much what the people are doing and working.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. That's a very important point.
Thank you.
There should be no micromanagement. Yeah, okay. So my question would be, let's discuss which working groups are we in need. I mean, like, there was a mention of media and communication as providing the content. There was someone, or the technical group, I believe, like the French Pirates anyway requested to have something like that. So maybe we should go forward with that proposal and just adopt it. Then we need definitely someone for the administration, for the taking notes of the meetings. So that's the one. I would propose to separate it from finances, because the finances, there were some intentions during the council meeting to create some rules for finances, and also there is a lot of other administration regarding how the invoices are recorded and so on. Then I would like to think about it's on the line 107, a working group for party registrations. So we need someone to discuss with the parties that could possibly become members of PPEU in order to get it registered. Also, well, line 108, some people requested, or the council actually requested, to have something like second chamber, and also there were some other comments regarding our statutes. So I think there should be somehow a group of people that is discussing those proposals and are preparing them for the council, and making them, let's say, consistent and legally of high legal quality. I think, yeah, I think there should be something for relation with volunteers, because so far there is no one really able to answer your question, how can I help you in the PPEU? So far there is no one like a point of contact. And last, which came out of the discussion, we should reestablish this groups on working within the policies, because I have to admit it's a little bit problematic if we are not able to manage even within, or if we have troubles to find a common position within the European Pirate delegation on some issues, and that's just like Czech Pirates and German Pirates, and we are not really effective in including the others. and that this should really help, should really improve. Sorry, I'm talking too much. Alessandro, please speak.
No, I've just realized that we have here 12 points and we are only 9, right? So that means that if our general idea was to have, let's say, a point of contact for each working group, or at least each point, it seems that somebody has to, run for many positions, more than one at least. Is that correct? Is what are we talking about? We're deciding here who would like to take charge to be the contact point for one of those tasks, right?
I think so. However, I would not say that those two proposals are effectively supposed to be merged, because I think there are some overlaps. So we could kind of include one into another, or merge them in. So there will be not 11 rows, but a little bit less, I would say. Exile.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Regarding this difference of number Alessandro mentioned, I wouldn't bother too much. It's just about taking a responsibility afterwards. If somebody takes care about, for example, administration and delegates this to a volunteer, that will be fine. I think even you, Nicolas, spoken about the possibility to have persons who are not members of the board but helping, and that would be okay, I think.
Well, I believe we are on the same page. Bastian, please.
Yeah, we have to go to a goal, and the goal should be that we have the major duties set to one person, one member of the board. The treasurer is doing a lot of things in the back office, so you can do a lot of things what you call secretary. So that's easy. You have to do anyway a lot of things a day. So if there are items you want to set up to a secretary, you can set up to the treasurer, and I'm quite optimistic that we can solve all the duties. The most important thing is that we have a board member who is caring for the I said working groups. Maybe you have a better idea for that name. And we have a guy who is working on a political basis, and that will cover your problem, Nicolas, with the members of parliament. They should have in the PPU should have they should get answers from the PPU and their working groups, whatever, if they have a problem, if they have a question. And there we need an officer who is responsible for that. That is, we say in German, Ansprechpartner. He is a guy who you can ask, and he will answer, and he will organize groups or organize surveys, whatever, that you get the questions answered by the PPU guys. So I think that's the most important things. The others, the other points, we can do on the fly. We have not to discuss about post stamps or whatever we heard in the board meetings in the past. We have to do our work. Everybody who has this key position knows how a board function is a function of the board, and I think we can do it on a short notice. The main task of this meeting is who is responsible for something. And otherwise, we have help from our members, and we can call for our help. And this is in the responsibility of each member of the board. Thank you.
I think so. Well, I believe we are somehow on the same page. So I would suggest following, or from the procedural point of view, the let's say the proposal from Katla on the line, or actually let's have it that way. What is on the line 83 till 99 are the responsibilities of the respective board members who were elected to the or they are more or less coming from the statutes. So those respective members shall fulfill that. And besides that, I think we have those working groups that should be organized, and then the question is who is willing to help organize which group. Katla, please.
Yeah, no, I'm just cleaning this up a little bit to make it a bit more detailed or easier to grasp. So just give me a couple of minutes and then I'll paste in a better version of these suggestions that we were both bringing forth.
So we will paste it in a couple minutes to the minutes. Okay. Yeah. So maybe if we have 2 minutes break, then it's fine, isn't it? Like
And then we'll finish. Just a second. That's gonna be like, yeah, sorry, I'm gonna paste the whole thing into the minutes. I'm very sorry about this. Okay?
separate document if you.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna take the color off. So when I was looking at the list there of the working groups and such, there's like the administration, party registration, and policy coordination. It's all, I think this can all kind of be under the same umbrella, but I'm not really sure where it should be. I think these things naturally would be more, this is ad hoc stuff that maybe the chair or vice chairs and treasurer secretaries would be responsible for, like usually. But when I'm just thinking about this board of ours, there's 4 of us with official roles, according to the election, and then there is 5 people that could each take on to be a contact point to these different different projects that we have to do after the council meeting. I would definitely, for example, suggest suggest Alessandro for the talking group for budget to be like a contact point or a coordinator, because of his previous role as a treasurer, and so on and so on. Maybe Axel for the technical group, and Mia for the second chamber. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I would maybe start with let's have somewhere in the spreadsheet a table of the respective roles or working groups, and then start, let's add people to that table, or let everyone type down what he or she is willing to do.
Well, to be honest, I would volunteer for the IT technical group and the finance group because it's my daily work anyway, so it makes it easier.
My idea would be that now one of us is restricted to go just to one single working group. But if if you say I'm responsible, for example, for IT working group, then you are responsible for. We will have a meeting of IT working group within the upcoming month, and after the month, you will be asked on the board meeting what actually the IT working group had done. And if you say, "I'm sorry, I have not organized anything," then we will be angry about you or anyone else.
Oh, you make me a lucky guy. So no. If I say I will be do my work, I will do my work. That's a promise.
Yeah, absolutely. However, there should be somehow responsibility for like who will be like overwatching this IT group, and of course, like you are very kind.
Yeah, that was my idea. A technical group or finance group is a finance group and a technical group. It's not one man show, right? So it's responsible for supervising that groups. That's it.
Okay. I think just to move forward, because we are spending time, I would prepare just a spreadsheet. Maybe I will just use the Ethercalc so that we are not using the Google, and we will type it down there. Yep. So
In the meanwhile, may I speak, Mikuláš?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry. What? Okay. Now I lower my hand. I think that in my opinion, the thing is, it would be great because if we are acting like a team, that means that we are 9, and we should try at least to listen all of us. That means also Flori, also no, actually Oliver says a couple of words, but Lukasz, Jan, and all Mia and all of us to just because it's totally fine that we don't want to be responsible for one of those activities, but it should be better that at least one of us has a little area to be responsible of. I mean, responsible means what we are talking about before, not the principal that say not bossing, but say that it's a collector, it's network, it's a hub point between the working group itself, that it could be only even made by one person, and our board meetings. So in board meetings, when we say report from the board, it's not the three all the same 3 persons speaking, but it's involved by everybody, and it's not be angry, of course, and it's not to be if I say that I do my job, I'll do my job, because of course we know that everybody will do our best to do our job. But shit happens, and even in the real world, right? We're always volunteering. So at some point you should have something. I could have something. Mikuláš could have something. Katla could have something. That doesn't mean that we're not responsible. Of course we are, and we take charge of this responsibility, and we would like to move forward. For instance, I would also if not be responsible of the IT group, of course, it would be better if the treasurer is the responsible for the finances group. But anyway, I would love to be in the technical group and the finances group, and for instance, also the second chamber and the changes group, for instance.
I have honestly to admit that I would love to be in all the groups, but I'm pretty sure I will have not enough time to do so. So now I'm really like
neither do I.
To decide what to skip. However, I have just put you in another spreadsheet to the Ethercalc, and maybe could you please type down who would be? Okay, I did forgot the administration. Sorry, administration. Who would be willing to be doing what? Yeah. If there will be collisions, just type there down that you are interested in, and we will try to resolve it. Are the tasks somehow? Wait, maybe let's do it this way, because I would use the last column for.
Is that supposed to be policy coordination, but not code of conduct coordination?
Well, what is supposed to be policy coordination? I believe we need someone who could really easily answer the question what the European pirate thinks about the end of encryption. I think that's a relatively easy one because I believe we are here all on the same page. However, if someone asks what the European pirates thinks about nuclear energy, you will immediately receive an answer. Germans are quite opposing that. French and maybe Czechs are in favor. However, there should be someone who would be kind of like collecting this type of feedback. And I mean, like feedback can definitely mean, yeah, we have no common position because we are simply unable to clarify that. But so far, there is not. I mean, like when it comes to the issues, like we had it like a week ago. I was really wondering whether we are supposed to communicate on the change regarding cannabis in the UN, because so far I know most of the parties are supportive to those changes. However, I'm not 100% sure that all of the parties are supportive. So it would be great if we would have someone to really collect the feedback. And the answer, we have no common position, is quite fine.
Just a short one on this. What also should be an item in this field is the common election program started in a European process, which is clearly policy making.
Yes, absolutely. And there should be someone who is kind of like collecting feedback and collecting proposals, and so that we have them in organized way available when it comes to the next European election. And that doesn't really mean that we need to have same opinion about every single question in this world. It just means that we need to know where we are, where we have a consensus and where we haven't.
I have a question for Lucas, because he says in the chat he has already signed up for a media group. Is that within the PPU? And can you still like put your name on it so we have documentation of where people are going to be doing their work?
I mean, I sign up in the Google document.
I think we have decided to abandon the Google document. So
Okay.
if it was your intention, then please,
Okay.
I would go just for the Ethercalc as it is, because I think the Ethercalc better fits to the purpose. And correct me, Katla, if I'm wrong. Like, if you think there should be something more in the left column, then please add it. I believe there is a code of contact point, which is, yeah, that's kind of like important things.
Mikuláš, I didn't get it actually. You mean that we need to have a code of contact, a COCC contact point within the board, or you mean one of the COCC? Just to...
Well, I mean, that was proposed by someone. I don't know who wrote it down there.
It was me.
It was you, Katla, and I believe it makes sense because when it comes to the, let's say, internal disputes within the organization, someone shall be here trying to resolve it on behalf of the board by means like at least submitting back to Code of Conduct Council, and when it comes collect the feedback from the Code of Conduct Council. So effectively, we should probably have someone who will be like following the Code of Conduct Council and informing us what are we supposed to do.
Yeah, it's mostly just thought as somebody that can help them get started, help them to get access to the wiki pages, to deal with the emails, and all sorts of things that took a long time for the last Code of Conduct Council, and that really hindered them. So I'm just thinking like I really want them to have the support they need to begin their work from us, you know. So, but I have to ask, I think I'm in a different place in the agenda than the rest of you. I thought we were still in point 2 of the agenda. Are we not?
I think we are now talking about the distribution of the roles within the board, which was actually after so many tabs here. Yeah, here we go. We are still in the point 2. Yeah, that's for sure. We should kind of like finalize these issues and.
Okay, because I could just see that in point 4, it's different. But anyways, we'll get to that. If we can.
The agenda had become somehow a little bit mix of various ideas.
Mhm.
So I think we should. I would like to ask secretaries for let's say clearing the agenda so that we have the proposals in the annex and actually the real minutes from the meeting are recorded there.
Just a short question. In your spreadsheet, you have in line 26 administration. You mean administration in a political way, right?
I mean the administration of, let's say, the administrative layer of our technical system. I mean,
but it's the same. You can put it to the IT group, right?
not really. I mean, like when there will be a discussion within the IT group, I believe we will be talking questions like, shall we migrate this server there?
Okay.
Upgrade this service, or shall we postpone the upgrade to the Christmas when the people will be not using that? While in the administration, there should be tasks resolved like who is doing minutes from that meeting, who is uploading the minutes to that to the wiki, how the wiki shall be structured when it comes.
Okay. It was a short question.
Yep. But I hope now the difference is clear. Okay, so currently I see the situation as following. There are 3 people who are trying to become responsible people for media and communication. Then there are 2 people attempting to be responsible for IT, 1 person responsible for finances, 2 person responsible for statute changes, 2 persons for grassroots coordination, 2 for policy coordination, 1 for administration, and no one is willing to volunteer for COCC contact point.
I can do that. I can do that. I just wanted to put some distance between me and the Code of Conduct Council because of some weird comments that I've been getting in the last few weeks. So, but if you guys are okay with it, I'm fine with it. You know?
I have a question. Is there anyone who would be willing to fulfill this role? because otherwise probably it will be left to Katla.
Yes, good idea.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I put myself in too because this is really interesting to me.
Oops. And then she disappeared. Now we lost Mia. That's most unfortunate in this phase of discussion. Okay. So where there are collisions, policy coordination, there is Lukáš and Jan. Second chamber statute changes, Alessandro and Exile. Finances, it's clear. Bastian, Alessandro. Okay.
But it's fine to resolve some collisions. It's fine for me. I would work anyway with Exile and Bastian in the respective IT technical group and the second chamber. So if Exile and Bastian would like to be the main responsible person for the board, for the second chamber and for the IT group, is totally fine for me.
Yeah, you have no problem with you in finances. It's a good thing of that I have a counterpart, if you understand what I mean.
Sure, absolutely. I would. It would be lovely for me too, also to have a counterpart and to work with you.
Okay, so I will rewrite it in the way that now it works following. In the IT, Bastian is the leading or the main responsible person, while Alessandro is something like deputy. In the second chamber, it works that way that Exile is the leading person and Alessandro is deputy, and in finances, Alessandro is the leading person and no deputy defined yet. Could we like resolve the collision in this way?
Yes, we do that in part of Germany with 1 and 2 in brackets.
Okay, so I will and responsible person first line, deputy second line. Okay. I hope you guys feel it fair. So it's kind of like resolved in this IT finances second chamber. Then we have a lot of collisions in the media and communication. So it's between Mia, Lukáš, and Jan. Is Mia here? No, she's still out. Okay, can we come to the grassroots and coordinator is still Mia marked there. When we come to the administration, does it reside to Bastian or? Flory is asking, so the responsible for each group will take decisions? I really don't understand. No, it's not that way that it will be one man or one woman show. It will work that way that the responsible for each of the group is responsible for organizing that group or making it happen, but just like reporting what are the decisions of the group. The decisions within the group shall still be agreed, let's say, consensually.
Yeah, organize and reporting. That's the main task for that. We are not in a dictatorship. We are in democracy. So we never have a responsible person who is doing their work by their own, by its own. We do it as a team, right?
I hope it's kind of like clear.
No, Flori, the things happen in a team. I think so.
Well, I believe for each of the responsible persons, the main responsibility is to organize a meeting of the group and organize it in the way that people will know about it and will be able to join the meeting. That's important part, because if it's a group meeting somewhere which no one can reach, then of course, like, that's problematic. So the responsible person shall invite people to have participating in the group. Flori, I already have to organize this. Okay, Mia is back. That's wonderful. Mia, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. I didn't even realize that I fell out, but now I'm back.
Yes, you did, and you are kind of like part of couple of collisions. So I was wondering whether you should comment on that, because you are named when it comes to the Code of Conduct Council, grassroots coordination, and media and communication. So is there which of them you want to take as, let's say, main responsibility, and which of them would you prefer to share with other people?
Communication. Communication is my main, interest. So I fall out of the others.
Okay.
Not necessarily at all. I mean, we can all be in take part in the groups, but it's just a matter of like who is going to hold the responsibility candle to inform the board of how things are going and to be like a guiding hand for people in the groups. So, for example, like I don't need to be like the contact point for the Code of Conduct Council. If you want to do that, Mia, that is absolutely fine with me. It is up to you.
Katla actually proposed that solution like a few minutes ago when you were disconnected for some, let's say, personal reasons.
No, I've gotten some weird comments in the past few weeks regarding the Code of Conduct Council, and I think a lot of people within the PPU would be more comfortable if I am not the contact point for the new council. So I'm just trying to be very transparent about that.
I'm not like really pushing for that solution. I was just mentioning that because in the media and communication there is a Mia in the collision with Lukáš and Jan. So would you be going in this direction? It would actually resolve the collision also over there. Alessandro, you've raised the hand.
Yeah, sorry. I will just answer to Katla. Actually, I don't think so. I think that you are. I mean, to be honest, I also realized that something was misunderstood in the PPU regarding the council, the COCC. But I do think that you are, in my opinion, of course, if you want to, because if you're not if you don't feel comfortable to do this, absolutely, you don't have to do, because you're not obliged to do any duty. But I think that you're the right person, especially because of the misunderstanding that we had. I think that you can solve better than a lot of us here, for sure. Me. So I would thank you to see you there.
Excuse me, which person are you addressing at the moment? Because I fell out several times. So who is the best?
So sorry, I was addressing Katla. Sorry, Mia.
Super.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Jesus, kids. I just want people to trust this organ, and if I stand in the way of that for some members of the PPEU, then I'm fine with taking a step back from from that. But I'm also fine to be the contact point. You know, I'm fine with
No.
what I'm tired.
It's all right for me. I just can't omit what I've written in, so I would have omitted all of it. I'm super. I have the feeling I'm standing a bit in the way now with my all, but it's just written there, and I can't reach the file. So if somebody could omit me, I would be happy.
If you can't reach the file, I will just again send the Ethercalc file to the Jitsi chat. Okay, so again, we have a collision in the media and communication. So there are actually 4 people currently who would be willing to be responsible for that, which is great. And somehow we need to resolve that. So is there anyone who wants to withdraw, or shall we somehow vote, or shall we kind of like do some dice roll, or toss a coin? Shit. No one is really going to withdraw. Well, if it is Mia really willing to be contact point for the Code of Conduct Council, as Katla says, then yeah, maybe it makes sense to just do the decision between the 3 above mentioned.
Okay, then I decide for the code of conduct contact point.
If you are fine
withdraw from the media and communication.
I mean, like, you can still be mentioned there if you don't mind. I would just not mention you as the first person responsible. So all the others are willing to have another responsibilities and another work. Okay. Honza is writing to the Jitsi chat that he put his name in brackets because he considered it optional. He doesn't see the harm in if more people are in the group though. So I would consider that to be, let's say, also let's say as a third option, and it's just between Lukáš and Flory. Exile is willing to speak.
Yeah, thanks. I've got an understanding question. I was so free to complete the Ethercalc with Flory's mentioning here, but for sure I will help on technical, media, and statutes. So, okay, I put it in the second chamber and statute groups. I put it also in the media group. And regarding this technical, my question is, what's this referring to? Is the YouTube stream, and the YouTube stream is referring to administration, like the wiki, or is it IT technical group and going up to servers and content regarding the European pirate side?
Well, my understanding of the IT group is that we will be talking there about servers, upgrading servers, maintaining servers, migrating databases, shit like that. I mean, that has to be done, especially because the council tasked us to, let's say, prepare this second chamber, and so far we have absolutely like no tool how to make it happen into reality. So there will be a lot of discussion about like servers. But of course, like if you are willing to participate in that, Flory, then absolutely fine. I'm just saying, like there will have to be a lot of discussions of really like technical issues.
Yeah, to make it clear, we have in a wiki, we have overview of technical service called dashboard. I will post it, and then you have an idea what we are doing. There's not the MetaMost in, because I'm not sure who is responsible for the MetaMost. I think that's the party of Czech, and so it's we can discuss it later.
No, it's a volunteer who is volunteering for the PPEU. However, so far the problem was that not all the volunteers we had for this purpose, like maintaining the servers, worked together. And one of the tasks will be, let's bring all the people together and start like discussing that as really like a technical department.
Yes, that's my idea also.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we have currently the order of on the media and communication. There is Lukáš and Flory mentioned. So can we vote on something? Yes, we can, because neither Lukáš nor Flory is willing to say it should be the other one. So we have to vote. Oh shit! Flory just said it should be Lukáš. Okay, then we have no vote. Sorry for that. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm so disappointed. This is the only reasons I come to this meeting is to vote.
I'm really sorry, but we found a consensus and there is no need for vote.
Yeah, Chair, you can ask for, is there anybody against that? And then if I hear nothing, then it's adopted.
I think we are exactly at that point. I believe like we solved all the collisions, even on the administration, it's solved, I believe, isn't it? Bastian and Flory, again, the same question. Is the collisions solved?
I have no collision.
Can you just tell me what is the administration group? What is the aim of the aim of this group?
If you will write your name into this line 27, it will mean that whenever anything is missing in the wiki or on the web page or in our minutes, we will blame you.
Okay, so you can put my name off. So I just don't, I can do some things, some kind of things, but not making the wiki and the website, and just give me just give me some keys for some things, some like YouTube channel or the Twitter, or I can use this, but not the wiki. I'm sorry, I don't use wiki.
No one is actually asking you to use the wiki, but when you write your name there, it means that you will find someone who will be willing to edit the wiki, and you will make sure that it will happen.
Isn't this, like when we're talking about the kind of the tasks of chair and vice chair and treasurer, this update critical documentation of PPEU and, making sure that minutes and all of that is online and accessible. We put that under the vice chair, no?
Well, my understanding was that you, as the vice chair, will write your name over there. I was a bit expecting that. And
Oh, I thought
it's your proposal. However, it had not happened. Like you still can say, I want to do that. It's still
no, I'm much better in the task delegation and keep track of stuff. You know, so but anyways, I think we should just talk about that later because it's late.
yeah. Okay. I believe now we are at the point that we have reached a consensus. So I would like to ask you, is there anyone opposing that? Because otherwise I would consider this distribution role to be approved by the board. I see no opposition, so I think the distribution of the roles is approved, and I believe like each single responsible person for the groups will organize a group meeting in before the next board. And we can go to the organization of the future meetings. I'm looking to the calendar. I would suggest that we organize the next meeting on the 10th of January. It's a Sunday, 8 o'clock. Katla, please.
For the most people marked on the Wednesday in the total.
I'm sorry. Which?
Yes, we have to discuss it in short, sir, because we came to a conclusion that Sundays are family days and not working days. Surprise, surprise. And maybe it's a solution to do it on Wednesday. I know your parliamentarian people have meetings on Wednesday. Our solution was to make every third Wednesday meeting, I guess, and maybe we can organize it not against the PPI, but with the calendar of the PPI, and we have a chance if he decided to make it maybe in January, let's say the 13th as a proposal. I'm quite sure that we have no PPI meeting on the same day. So then we have a rotation system between PPU and PPI, maybe have a common meeting, I don't know. But that's a date we all have for those international meetings free. That's just a proposal. Thank you.
Well, absolutely fine for me. Like, I'm not insisting on Sundays. I mean, the Sundays were the only option which came out from the last board discussion in the previous election term. However, it's no like obligation, and honestly, I do not like it as well. So, if there is a solution that works for everybody, which means Wednesdays, I would prefer that. I would just like ask you to start a little bit later, because as said, like usually the meetings are quite long in the parliament, but I believe a lot of us have let's say long work. So is 8 o'clock fine? Exile, please.
Yeah, thank you, Mikuláš. Regarding this item, we already spoken in the informal meeting a little bit about it, and I think it should be important to make clear where is this coming from that we're now suddenly trying to meet every 3 weeks, which is quite unusual. We done in the past 4 weeks or even weekly, or perhaps we can do 2 weeks, but why 3 weeks? I don't get it. And then several people also told me here in the last informal meeting that depending on this decision, there will be possible one day or another.
Yeah, we are a bit coming to the point I was afraid. Bastian?
Yeah, I can explain that. 2 week rhythm is too much. We are a board who makes decisions, not to make discussions, to prepare decisions. The decisions should be prepared before a board meeting. You can meet us at any time you want, but if we have a real board meeting who is responsible for the decisions, every 3 weeks are enough. The PPI shows that since years. So that's my point of view. And Flory is not available on Wednesday later than 2030. The proposal is to begin the meeting at 7 o'clock or 1900 Central European time, and to put the most important things at the first items on the agenda. So we have the important discussions before Flory has to leave. That's my proposal. Thank you.
Okay, well, I could live with 7 o'clock if it will be scheduled regularly. I will include it into my calendar and it will work for me. So, yep, Alessandro.
I saw Flory before me.
Sorry.
Yes, I will not be available on Wednesday because I have some meetings each Wednesday. Sorry, with the French Power Party. I will be available before 8:30, but at 8:30 I will have to stop the streaming and to stream for another meeting. So I can't do both. So if we meet a Wednesday every 3 weeks, we have to meet before 8:30, and just in order to I will not be able to stream after this hour. So if we are too long, I will have to stop the streaming, or someone else will stream instead of me.
Katla?
I changed my response in the doodle and added Thursdays to accommodate people. So we can talk about Thursdays if you want. Because now there's 7 people marked on Thursdays.
I'm not really sure which Google you are talking about.
Me too. Therefore, I said to Flory, maybe she didn't listen. 1900 Wednesday would be a good idea, and we should set up the agenda that the most important things are the first points that you can be admitted to meeting, and we should be finished at mostly at 8:30. So it would be okay, and I think we should erase this thinking that we have to do meetings on Sunday. So maybe I'm not understand or you didn't understand me very well, but this is my proposal. Every 3 weeks, beginning from the 13th of January at 1900, 7 o'clock Central European time, test it for a while, and then we can make another decision. Thank you.
Okay, Alessandro.
Yes, I completely agree with Bastian that for sure decision has to be made at least just before the meeting, and we should try to do our best to have meetings within 1 hour and enough, because 1 hour and enough is a huge amount of time. I agree also to have meetings on Wednesday instead of Sundays, because my kids just hate me, because each Sunday that they are with me and I have listen quickly or we will just eat later the pizza later because I'm in a meeting, and then we stop at 10 o'clock in the night and they are totally hungry. So I think that we can do both. A very way, and of course, we can stop if we see that this is not working well after a couple of months. We're not doing this forever and ever if it won't fit everybody. But I think that even though it's a bit sacrifice for me because I will be at work at 7 o'clock. No worries. I will just stop working and start the meeting. I will eat after. I do not care. But I think that every 3 weeks, 7 o'clock, and maximum 1 hour and enough is fine. And if we have an extraordinary meeting that is more than 1 hour and enough, and you have to go, Flori, I can take over for the streaming with OBS.
Good. Okay, Exile.
Yeah, taking into account, I'm just searching it and I'm not finding it. The Brandenburg doodle I set up. Till now, we're only speaking about Wednesday and Sunday. As far as I remember, yeah, now I got the link also. There's also an option with quite a lot of number of people for Monday, I believe. No, Thursday it was. Thursday it also is with 7 people. So if Flori told us that Tuesday and Wednesday she already has meetings, what about the Thursdays? How people are with Thursdays?
Just no with German pilots, because we have several meetings on Thursdays. You know that about.
I was not sure about was this Brandenburg doodle intended to be, let's say, long-term solution? I was thinking that this is just like one-time solution for the first board meeting.
No, it was clear to have a basis to discuss. It wasn't regarding a clear decision what day to take, but yes, it was which day of the week we should meet in future, not only for one meeting. Nonetheless, the decision will be taken here, not in the doodle. It's clear.
I see. So if I Katla, sorry. Okay, lower hand. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I forgot to push both buttons. Sorry. Anyways, we have the suggestion from Bastian to do Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock and try this for a few weeks and then reconsider. I like this compromise. It's a nice compromise to try this out. But then we also have the suggestion from Exile to do Thursdays at 8, I guess. Exile? Yes? No? Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna put it in the minutes and maybe we can just vote between Alessandro's Thursdays.
Okay, so we will probably have to vote because, or is there anyone opposing the Wednesday alternative?
If we can make some meetings in 1.5 hours, it's okay for Wednesday. It's really okay. I hope that our meetings will have just half an hour and a half. Just meetings like that. It will be really great. If we prepare them, it will be. I think it will be easy.
Okay, so there is this condition for the Wednesday meeting. Is there anyone opposing Thursday meetings?
I would prefer Wednesday. Anyway, It's my second choice. My second choice, Thursday.
I strictly oppose Thursday evening meetings because it's called Dirty Thursday in a party of Germany, because we have a lot of meetings on Thursday. So I oppose for Thursdays.
Okay, I believe then Thursday is being objected, while Wednesday is consensual. So let's do it that way, that we will meet for first time on Wednesday, the 13th of January, and for second time on 3rd of February. And in both cases, it will be at 7 o'clock of Central European time.
Yes, and we should manage a meeting within 90 minutes, I think, maybe 60 minutes.
Yeah, I believe that would be great, and I hope that everyone will kind of like be able to report from the respective working group in this first meeting. Okay, so this is resolved. Where are we now? Yeah.
I think that number 4 task from the previous meeting, we have nothing to report, right?
Absolutely, that was quite fast. Number 5, letter from the Italian Pirate Party. Is there, or like, who introduced this point?
I did. I was just wondering if we shouldn't discuss this letter from the Italian Pirate Party, or like, are we supposed to respond to them?
Which one do you mean? The regarding the written procedure for Code of Conduct Council election?
Yeah.
I believe we have agreed that the chair of the council meeting is supposed to declare the result.
Yeah, but it's not just about that. It's just their whole, the whole kind of accusation that there's something abnormal going on. Oh, I'm not really sure. They seem to want something from us. I'm not really sure what they want, but yeah. I mean, the last line here is, "This is serious to us, and it is not the basis for a peaceful collaboration." And then there's nothing else, and I'm kind of just left thinking, what do they want from us? Are we supposed to respond? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, Exile, please speak.
I'm fine with answering them. And as you mentioned already in point 1 of our agenda, the accusations are going towards an organization called Pirati, but we're not voting on organizations. We had a nomination list, the nominations was accepted, and we're voting on persons. End of story. Members has voted, so there's nothing we can do. But nonetheless, perhaps it would be good to take an answer to the Italians, telling them, look, this is our point of view, so at least they are seeing that we are reacting. What they are expecting regarding the question Cutler made, what they are expecting from us. They're expecting, obviously, from us to taking a clear decision whether we support Pirati or the Pirate Party of Italy, but we are not in the position to do this.
I agree. Thank you, Oksana. Very good.
Bastian?
Yes, I'm not sure that we're talking about the thing. I have in mind, do you have this wiki thing in your mind?
Yeah, we are talking about
this. Maybe it was my fault to put that description of the candidates mixed with their belongings to or membership of a member of the PPU. To be honest, Pirati.io is an observer member. Yes, not a member like a Pirate Party, but then it's a member. And so I amended that. So if you have a look in the wiki, I did it, I think prior this meeting, there's a remark that Marco is a member of the pirate.io, and I think it's important that everybody knows who is willing to support him or to nominate him, support him, that he's also a member of PP Italian, is also a member of Pirati.io. And he answered me that he is still a member of Pirate Party Italy. So the solution is easy. We should answer the Italian Pirate Party. What happened? There's nothing what is enough for a complaint. It's just a wording, and it's a wiki. You can change it if you don't like it. It's a wiki. Thank you.
Yeah, I see Alessandro and Katla on the list.
Yes, Mikolash, I would like to say one thing really short. I thank you, Bastian, first of all, to update the wiki, because it's a dirty job and somebody has to do it, and it did, so I say thank you. And maybe in the first version, it just forgot to add that the Pirati is observer member. That's why all this shit started. But it's I'm very sorry, because I'm either a member of both organizations, actually, because they asked me to be. You saw the application. I am the treasurer of. I am a member of the Pirate Party of Italy and the treasurer of the, Pirati.io, where also Marco belongs. Marco is also a member of the Pirate Party of Sweden, so all the information are correct. I found, personally, I found the letter, the first, the incipit, where the Pirate Party of Italy consider this not naive, not just, but it seems that accusing the European pirates to make something really disrespectful towards the Pirate Party of Italy, that actually did never happen. Didn't happen before and now. So I'm totally fine with the Bastian resolution, and also to answer them whatever you want. The thing is it's not the first time that we, as a board, receive such a letter. I remember more than one. Actually, I found out this way of, collaborating really sad and bad. Thank you.
Okay, Katla is on the speaking list. I would like to comment it as well from my position. Katla, please.
Yeah, do you want me to go first? Okay.
You are on the speaking list first.
Well, I think this very short-term discussion has been informative. I would like to just suggest that I'll throw in a draft of an email tomorrow. I'll put it into the board of Mattermost, and then maybe all of you can put in, the points that are missing or shouldn't be there or whatever. So we can write this email together in Mattermost tomorrow and send it out, just with the points that Axel and Bastian have come with, about just recognizing their voice, of course, but to tell them that there's nothing malicious happening, really. There's nothing, yeah. Right, okay, sorry.
Okay, if I may comment it, I believe we are supposed to publish the result of the Code of Conduct Council vote today, which means like I was intending to address the whole PPEU list with the results. That's something I'm willing to do immediately after this board meeting. This letter from the Italian pirates came not only to the board but also to the whole PPEU list. So I believe it is kind of like reasonable to address their concerns within the same message as the result of the Code of Conduct Council election, because actually it belongs together. That they are effectively raising objection to the process. So I would address it there. Maybe if I understand the comment from Bastian correctly, it was very much going in the direction that we apologize for like calling the respective column in the wiki table member party, because we recognize that also non-partisan organizations were included. That was not intentional, but it was for the sake of transparency.
Yes, it was my fault. Member party. Okay. Yes, it was my fault. So, sorry about that. But we amended it prior to the meeting today, and so it should be okay. I put a link on the chat here.
Yep. Okay. So I think I will inform them that we are apologizing for that description. However, it should not make the election invalid itself.
Okay, will you send that email tomorrow or tonight?
I was thinking to do it tonight, but I hope we will be finished with this meeting.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
To be able to do it today actually before midnight. Okay. Yeah, that was the letter from Italian Pirate Party. Sorry. Is there okay, now we come to the point 6, rules of procedure. Are we willing to adopt the rules of procedure, or do we want to discuss it next time? Maybe
Next time, please. Next time.
Next time.
Next.
okay, that sounds very much like we are all killed by that. Okay, no objections then for doing that next time. Okay, any other business? Katla?
Can we have an hour-long discussion on the importance of? I'm sorry, I couldn't think of anything ridiculous enough. I was trying to be funny. It didn't work.
I'm all in favor of having a long discussions, you know.
Sorry, Katla, I already wrote in the minutes, no other business.
No other business.
Oh, well.
Okay, great. Onzo, I hope it's no other business and we can finish this meeting.
No, I just wanted to ask if the working groups are now complete, or will there be any further changes to it?
It's not complete working groups. It's supposed to be just responsible people for the working groups, and those responsible people are supposed to call the working groups before the next board meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So recruit on Mattermost and the like, yes?
Exactly.
Great.
And of course, like we will be helping as much as possible with the PPEU media channels. I mean, Facebook, Twitter, and so on, to announce that there are actually working group meetings, so that people will know and will be able to come.
Lovely stuff.
Okay, perfect. I believe that's all the business for today. So I'm officially closing the meeting, and I hope we will next time be faster.
Okay.
Like 1 hour.